Hi everyone, just wanted to stop in and give the update that Justin is out of his procedure. Everything went great. It lasted about 6 hours, and he is headed to the cardiac intensive recovery unit. I'm waiting to go in and see him. He wanted to see if he could get a picture of himself with the breathing tube still in, so I'm going to try to see if I can do that, though they are going to leave him asleep for a couple more hours. As I mentioned in the morning update today, the surgeon had warned us that there was the possibility she'd have to fix his mitral valve. So as the surgeon reminded us this morning when she was going into the procedure, she had to take a look at Justin's mitral valve. That is the area in HCM, that's the valve in HCM that allows regurgitation of blood to happen into the lungs and causes the lungs to get stiff and get the fluid buildup that we've talked about before. She said that when she originally saw the images from Justin's heart and his lungs and everything, she thought that probably the HOCM, the HCM, was the cause of all of the backflow of blood. But she said that the last couple nights that she's preparing for this surgery, she's had trouble getting to sleep, and she's been thinking about it. And she went back and looked at the images, and she began to suspect that Justin had a genetically defective mitral valve. And she said she just decided to wait until she got in there and see what happened. And she got in. They did the myectomy, so they thinned out the heart muscle inside of the ventricle. Once they were done with that, they took him off of the machine that keeps everything at stasis, and they kind of saw how the procedure had gone so far under no stress to the body, so when he was just at rest. And she said everything looked great when he was just at rest. So then they go to the next step of the procedure, which is to stress the heart while everything is still open and the surgeons can look inside and watch it. They measure the pressures, they measure how fast and how hard the blood moves, whether it's still leaking or regurgitating from the mitral valve. And when she did that to Justin, though at rest everything looked fine, the regurgitation started as soon as she stressed the heart. So she thought, oh, well, okay, we do need to do something about this. So she went in and was able to actually salvage his own natural mitral valve. She was able to keep it. She said that the damage was such that she could do a procedure and do a stitch to it called an Alfieri stitch. And it's kind of like a bow tie that you put around the valve, and it holds it together and causes it to close properly. It kind of closes like this. She said once she put the Alfieri stitch in and stressed the heart once more, that everything was great, and that the pressures inside his heart were as low as somebody who'd never had any sort of impact of any defect. And she said, you know, it turns out Justin is just one of those people. He had a defective heart valve. It was another genetic component to this whole illness. So we're very fortunate to have her and have her at the ready. She didn't have to replace his valve. She didn't have to transplant, nothing. She was able to just salvage his own natural valve. And she's very, very excited about how he came through the surgery and his prognosis. She says he's going to be great. He's going to feel so much better walking around every day. And she said not only that, but when you guys go on your bike rides, because she's excited for us to start doing our bike rides again, she said when you guys go on your bike rides, he's not going to have any of that old stress feeling that he would get. He'd have a hard time breathing and his heart would pump really hard. So I'm super looking forward to that, and I can't wait for him to hear that news. All right, I'm getting close to the time now where they're probably going to let me into the cardiac IRU. So I hope that this download was enough information for everybody. I'm going to get this posted as soon as I can, hopefully before 2 more mini hours go by. It is 2:30 Pacific time right now. And again, thank you all for your prayers and wishes. It's worked. Everything is great. We're thrilled after the 6-hour surgery that it seems like things are going to be great. Can't wait to get in and see him. And then we're going to start the recovery process, which is all going to be an uphill battle, but we're ready for it. Thank you all again, team. See you soon.